episode 453 of Global from Asia, Developing Future Leaders. I have my friend and really cool guy, Don Wilder, back on the show talking about a new program for those of you like us that have kids and want future leaders. Let's tune in to this special episode.
Welcome to the Global from Asia podcast, where the daunting process of running an international business is broken down into straight up actionable advice. And now, your host, Michael Michelini.
Thank you so much for watching or probably listening to Global from Asia podcast. We are in early 2025. I'm still here in Chiang Mai at the home studio. Had some pretty cool visits to a VC office and a friend Ian at Darkstar VC, and I was recording this cool show with Don Wilder. He's also a new father. His daughter will be 2. I have maybe an 8-year-old and a 10-year-old, soon to be 9 and 11. And we're working on a leader program for up-and-coming leaders at Global from Asia. So we're going to talk about that. And I know more and more of you are parents, and we are working hard to help, I think, because I think we're stressful. What is the future of education for this new generation? So we also talk about some AI and some even some stories of childhood of his and mine. So it's a fun topic, and also some ways for you to get involved if you have kids that want to be leaders and entrepreneurs and e-commerce sellers, not just in the matrix. So let's tune into the show. Let's do it. Do you enjoy the podcast, Global from Asia? Do you enjoy all the community events that we do? The best way to support is coming out to our annual crossbordersummit.com in Chiang Mai this November 3rd, 4th, and 5th, 2025. I have amazing speakers, amazing people getting together. We're pushing the limits. We're making things happen. This is where the movers and shakers and the deal makers come. It's a limited supply of attendees and tickets, and we have been selling out every year. So I recommend checking it out earlier, crossbordersummit.com. Thank you for choosing to listen to another Global from Asia podcast. We're here in Chiang Mai, Thailand at the Darkstar VC office. It should be a coffee shop, but it's a great spot. And of course, we have back with us, Don Wilder. What's up, Don?
Hey, guys.
Yeah, pleasure to have you back, man.
It's good to be here. Yeah, always.
We had some extra coffee and getting everything rolling here. So we're just kicking off 2025, and we're going to talk about it a little bit later. But we both are fathers, and it's a life changer, right? Your daughter is how old?
She's about to turn 2 next week.
Wow, perfect.
So the terrible 2s have already come.
Yeah,
It's a wonderful thing. It definitely is a life changing.
it's a life changer. Same here. So today we're going to talk about future leaders. But before we get into that, Don, you've been on the show a couple times, like product development and helping people grow their business with unique product design. Or do you want to give us some more?
Sure. So a little bit of a backdrop. Before coming to Thailand, Chiang Mai, I lived in China for 9 years and had a product development company with a couple Chinese buddies. And we did all kinds of consumer electronic accessories mainly. And all of it was original design products. So basically coming up with a unique concept and then bringing it all the way down the line to get it out into the market. So I was able to really do a lot of unique product development, being located in the workshop of the world there in Guangzhou.
Yeah.
But it spun up into some other opportunities to do a lot of consulting for manufacturers, helping manufacturers that typically sell OEM or like white label products to come up with something more unique. So I was in Shenzhen for a few years just doing that, and also closely connected a marketing tool called crowdfunding to help basically pre-sale a product and show the market demand before ever having the manufacturer. So I became more of a specialist in crowdfunding on Kickstarter and Indiegogo. And then, ended up transitioning out here to Thailand in 2018. And you had already moved over here at that time.
About the same time, I think.
Yeah.
Remember we were chatting when we were both kind of coming here.
Yeah, it was, and I remember you came first, and we met up when I came here.
Yeah.
And it was nice to see a friendly face from
Yeah, I remember.
from China when I first got out here. But yeah, so I've had all kinds of unique experiences in the product development space for physical products. So the process of course, involve a lot of entrepreneurship and learning how to be resourceful and how to be a leader in particular elements that I think could be useful for younger generations to learn from.
Exactly. So it's the future. I mean, kids. But I think another thing, I don't know what you think about the next generation, but AI and and bots and all this new tech. And you actually sometimes send me some new software is just coming out in AI. But I feel like you're one of my go-to people about AI. What do you see happening now? I mean, is it? I guess it's good for the next generation, or what are your thoughts overall about where this
Yeah,
is going?
I think it's amazing. I guess you could call it the technology that's only going to become more integrated into society. Kind of, there's going to be so many useful applications for it, and it will have a element of replacing a lot of jobs and roles. So businesses will need to adapt in order to survive. For the workforce as well, I think there's a lot of positions that will be unnecessary once really the UI or AI has become integrated. But I think with any new advancement in technology, there's going to be a downside, which people tend to be a little more vocal about. But then there's going to be tons of new opportunities
Yeah.
and new growth potential. So I think it's something that if and depending on your approach towards it, it can really do some amazing things. So I'm a somewhat of an optimist when it comes to AI.
Yeah, I mean, I said this joke. I should have saved it, but I saw a picture once on social media of a black and white photo of people on a bus in the I don't know, 20s. It says newspapers, nobody's talking to each other, everybody's reading newspapers, gonna like destroy society.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, it's like the meme or like the complaint. People complain about newspapers destroying
yeah,
the jobs of people with like maybe that were handwriting or copying books or whatever. Like the print press is gonna destroy the world and jobs. So it's gonna evolve. And even this program we're gonna be talking about, my wife Wendy's been doing this online learning platform, GFA Kids now since COVID, 3 or 4 years. And a lot of the parents are also on e-commerce sellers, and they're Chinese. Most are Chinese, and they're also really wanting to have their kids to learn not just, of course, like English or learn the new normal school, but to actually learn these future concepts. And I think maybe your daughter is still a little bit young, but she can get in there when
hmm
she's ready. But I'm excited for my children to participate, and I think this is where it's going. Right, these skills are going to be more and more important than just the traditional school system.
yeah. I definitely agree. I think traditionally the education system hasn't really been updated much, right? Since probably when we were in, our parents even. And you think about how much change has happened in society and through with use of technology, and you project that out in the future, seeing the speed or velocity that we're moving with integrating all this new tech that could have profound changes on the way that society is going to function. So I think being able to kind of churn out a bunch of people into the workforce under like an industrial model where you're on an assembly line just plugging in components, and that's outdated, right? So it's not really going to be necessary in the future. So I think what kids now especially need to learn is how to adapt to this rapid change, right? Because whatever we teach them today, probably in 5 years, it's going to be outdated, if not sooner.
Yeah.
So learning how to adapt and basically move with the changes is going to be a key feature, I think, for the younger generation, more so than ours.
Agreed. Agreed. Yeah, I think it was 3 points off the top of my head, but in a article I read about what are the future skills needed with this AI and robots, and I might even get it a little bit wrong. So we try our best, but it was emotional intelligence, right? Not IQ, but EQ,
Yeah,
right? Knowing how to deal with people,
yeah,
communication, and kind of like influence or leadership, right? Like maybe sales a bit, but these are the main plays three that I'm roughly saying are around less about like knowledge.
Yep.
It's more about like you said, kind of adaptability or dealing with situations, dealing with people, dealing with changing environment, changing people, motivating community gathering.
yeah,
So
yeah. I like to think of it more like, I mean, hard skills versus soft skills. So hard skills are more of the technical element, right? That people go to study and what companies typically tend to value more without realizing that soft skills tend to support company growth better in many ways. So being able to actually communicate well, have a position as a leader, or learning how to be a team player, and have the emotional intelligence, understanding with empathy. And these are, if you think about with the future of tech, many of those hard skills, as we mentioned, are going to be unnecessary or outdated, right? So it's the soft skills, I think, that the human element that is going to be even more important for the younger generation to develop in order to thrive.
Agreed. So let's start talk about this, the GFA Future Leaders Club. We've been talking about it a bit, and the idea here is this is the first kind of pilot program that we're putting together, and you and I will be helping with this small group of future leaders. My kids will be in there, and some others, high-level business people's children will be in there. And the idea is, I'm a little bit afraid to say the exact details because we're still evolving it, but once a week in a 2-hour session online where you will do some, I'll do some, will be about these kind of things we're discussing. So working with a small group of 8 to 12-year-old people in this club, and I could share some what I'm going to share, but if you want to share about.
Yeah, sure. I'll be happy. Like basically what I'll be focusing on with the kids is a lot around, you could say, more of the marketing side of business and entrepreneurship. So teaching the kids like how to understand things like visual design, creating a logo, learning how to create a promotional poster. We're going to be playing with some fun tools in the AI space, using generative AI to support the process, which will be fun to see how the kids use this. But there'll be a number of things, because we're basically going to be building out a business concept through the course. So the kids will have a chance to kind of showcase this and build their own little kind of business. So there'll be some video editing. There's even going to be music creation. So it's going to be a kind of a big bag of fun things that the kids are going to learn and apply in a space around business and entrepreneurship.
Yeah, I know, because I've seen the tools you've used, and we've done projects together, and I'm excited for it to be applied to these future leaders. For me, on my side, it'll be the community building ideas, the ideas of content creation, and also business models and business mindset. So maybe helping them fleshing out a little bit of a business model. Like, of course, not getting into deep Excel, but understanding you have to make money. There's going to be costs to this. Like, how is it going to sustain itself? Maybe some different channels of revenue. So some ideas, maybe not just sell the product, maybe make a service or make a supplementary income stream for that related business. So it's gonna be a good time working with these future leaders, I keep calling them. And
I'm excited. I think what I love about working with kids, because I mean, when I first went to China, my first year I was there teaching English to kids, and I loved it. I mean, they have such a natural curiosity and creativity that, put in the right environment, some of the most unique ideas will come out. Because I think as we get older, we get more conditioned. We don't really exercise the same level of imagination or curiosity on the day-to-day. But with kids, it's a much more open space. So I'm excited to see how that can kind of be fostered within this group of kids.
I'm super excited, and I'm also doing this for my own children. My kids are 8 and 10. My daughter's she'll be 9 actually, almost same birthday, in January, late January, and my son will be 11 in May. So they're getting older, and they both have different styles. I think you've seen the differences, and they're. But I'm also doing this to help my own kids, and at the same time help other select future leaders to go through this.
That's great. Yeah, I mean, I know a big part of why I got into graphic design, was a teacher in high school.
Oh, really?
I was a sophomore, and there was this really spunky teacher that always had the wildest stories that he would tell and crazy jokes. His name was Mr. Clabby.
Okay.
And I literally signed up for all of his classes, which just happened to be in graphic design and video production. because I just enjoyed his personality,
Wow.
right? And so through the process of just getting to hang out with Mr. Clabby, I ended up learning some really cool stuff
Yeah.
through like the Adobe Suite and Premiere Pro and all this stuff. And I got really good at it. But I of course took an interest in the subject, but I think I would never have gone there without this type of personality or the teacher that he was, right? So yeah, I think whatever subject is being taught, it's always pushed through the medium of the teacher. So one of my hopes as well for my daughter is to be able to kind of prepare her for the future, because we know it's going to be radically different than what it is now. And building out that channel and kind of being able to take part of it is what excites me.
Okay. Well, that's pretty powerful. Yeah, I mean, I'm on the spot here about my teachers, but I definitely had some. I guess I feel like I should bring up one. One of my stories was third grade. Mrs. Bell,
Okay.
and there was in the auditorium. There was like some kind of like every class had to share. They had to have some students share on stage something. I can't remember what I had to share about,
Yeah.
but for some reason she picked me and this other girl in our class to go up on stage in front of not just our class, but like the whole school. Like I think K-8 maybe, or I don't know. It was definitely lots of classes, like couple hundred kids in a gymnasium. So I was so scared. I was really scared.
Yeah.
And yeah, she encouraged me to do it. And I mean, just maybe even this show, I'm always trying to put myself out there. And yeah, I mean, Mrs. Bell.
So that was kind of a pivotal point for you.
Yeah.
You have, like the public speaker.
Yeah,
right now.
well, maybe going like even to today.
Yeah. Yeah. So I think that was cool. Like I said, kind of the environment, because when you have the right environment, kids can do what they do best, right? They kind of will gravitate towards certain things. So like if you give them the opportunity, you put a bunch of kids in the room, you're gonna see the boys tend to gravitate to more physical actions. The girls want to, and I think it's great. But just giving them the opportunity and access is important, because like you said, most schools they don't cover this type of material, and and doesn't look like it will be in the future as well. If it will be quite slow. So this I feel like it's definitely necessary for kids that want to be more, and parents I should say, that want to be more proactive about helping their kids be ready to grow and adapt.
Yeah, and that's what this Future Leaders program is about. I was just, Wendy couldn't join us today. She took care of kids, but she's talking about these e-commerce sellers that are really successful, that are excited for this program that kids will be joining. So I think we'll wrap up. I know we did this time for both of our kids. You have your daughter. We revolve around our children, our life, our business, everything. So I think you have to get out soon, and I'm wrapping up here. So I think we'll put the show notes link for the program. It'll be shared, but gfakids.com has been the ongoing thing, mostly led by Wendy, my wife, many of you maybe know, and we're expanding. This is a new expansion for the Future Leaders program, and it's going to be a pleasure to work with Don and with, and I look forward to it. So thanks for sharing with us today.
Thank you, Mike. Looking forward to it.
The future of e-commerce is waiting. LoadPipe is back. It's a protocol. We are making the new way to do e-commerce with blockchain technology. This is very early stage, and we have Hamza as our first marketplace in this new ecosystem. It's very epic. If you want to participate, we are on an alpha stage in Q1 2024, where you can be a buyer or a vendor, application only. Check it out at hamza.biz for the marketplace or the overview of this protocol, and subscribe for updates at loadpipe.com. See you there. Thanks, Don, for coming back on the show. It's always a pleasure. He's always inspirational to me and got all these, he's always up on the newest tech and get me ideas. So thanks. I hope you're excited as I am. My kids are going to be in this pilot program. I think it's only 8 to 10 children. We already got a few. Even Ian watched the recording. He's like, I want my son to join. So we will be getting this rolling in February. Check the show notes. gfakids.com is our main site for many years for the children's learning, and this is a new program we're doing here. I hope to see you participate, or let us know. Maybe your kids are too young or you don't have kids yet, but I feel like our whole community is getting into parenthood, and we don't want to go into the old system that we grew up in. I mean, I love my parents. I love my teachers in that system in society, but I think the world's changed a lot since then, and we want our children, the next generation, to be leaders and know how to navigate this new world. So thanks for watching. As always, check out the show notes, subscribe, like, share, blah, blah, blah. See you in the next episode.
To get more info about running an international business, please visit our website at www.globalfromasia.com. That's www.globalfromasia.com. Also, be sure to subscribe to our iTunes feed. Thanks for tuning in.